From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
2018. The board will reconvene. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Gleason.
Here.
Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mark Nations, our County Counsel, could you please give us a report on actions taken in closed session?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under item 25 from the morning agenda, the performance evaluation for the Veteran Services Officer and the Director of Aging and Adult Services were postponed to another day due to the lack of time. The performance evaluation for the County Administrative Officer was begun but not completed and will be rescheduled for completion on another date. The closed sessions on number 26 and 27 were both held, and there is no reportable action taken in either one. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nations. We're going to proceed with our agenda and go to our consent agenda. If you would like to see a copy of the agenda for your review purposes, there are copies at the back wall of this room, if you'd like to have one. Consent agenda items are all listed with a CA above the item, and they're considered to be routine and not controversial by county staff. Consent items will be considered first and may be approved by one motion. If a member of the audience wishes to comment or ask questions regarding an item or items on the consent agenda, they may do so prior to a vote being taken. I'll ask you to do that in a moment. A member of the board may remove any item from the consent agenda, and it will be considered in listed sequence with an opportunity for any member of the public to address the board concerning that item before action is taken. So let's proceed and identify those items that are on consent. Beginning on page 2, items 3 and 4 on consent. On page 3, all the items 5 through 8. On page 4 of the agenda, all the items 9 through 15. On page 5, all the items 16 through 19. On page 6, items 20, 21, and 22, and then down following that, items 24 through 27. On page 7, all the items 28 through 34, and lastly on page 8, the remaining items 35 through 39. Are there any members of the public that would like to make comment about any of those items? Okay, we'll return to the board. Are there any board members that would like to pull item for separate consideration? Do we have a motion then to approve our consent calendar as indicated?
So moved.
Thank you. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have an opportunity for we have public presentations. We offer every time we meet the public an opportunity to speak to us about any matter that's not otherwise on our on our agenda today. We offer 2 minutes to each member of the public who would like to say anything. Is anybody here today that would like to make comment to us? Yes, sir. Please come forward. Could you please give us your name for the record and proceed? You have 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, my name's Tom Russell. Today I'm here to talk about your pedestrian death problems and how to approach the problem. I used to be a cop in San Diego, so a lot of this is drawn from my experience there working traffic in the felony crash car. Anyway, there's a form of asphalt in which you put glass, and it's ground up. It's a mixture of 80, 20, 90, 10. By putting that on the surface, the street, which is normally dark, is completely looks like high noon. So in streets that are designated where people are being run over, you put that down. You don't have to put it for a mile in each direction, but as an example, say 400 or 500 yards prior to an intersection, you would put that down. That lights it up and gets everybody's attention. The next thing you do is quit using white paint and go to yellow phosphorus paint in this zone because it lights up better. Then when you get to the actual intersection, you put up 4-foot pedestrian signs, one on the curb line and one in the center median if you have one, or if there's no center median, the other side, and you put 2 yellow flashing lights on either side. And then if you really want to spend some money, they have bots dots that have flashing lights that you can line the crosswalk with, so there's no misunderstanding what's going on. That's the way to do it. One of my oh, okay. Then you need to sell it to the public. So I'm going to be out of time, but I need 1 more minute, and I'll talk faster. In the public announcement thing, you make it very graphic. I would put down 4 feet or 8 feet of 4-wheel braking skid, and in the middle, put down a little girl's pink tennis shoes that are still laced. The reason is, having been to a bunch of these wrecks, you hit with such force, you actually come out of your shoes and it doesn't break the shoes. It's a common occurrence. Then you can come on with the announcement. For me personally, I would hire James Earl Jones, because with his voice, it sounds like, you know, the voice of God. You know, people, I mean, even I pay attention. And he would be great at it. Anyway, the point is to scare people that, you know, you're being killed. You have to go to the crosswalk. Show them the crosswalk. At the end, fade over to the sheriff's morgue wagon where you're loading somebody in. Do that. Then tell them about the enforcement. This is something I know of from firsthand experience. Jaywalking, and I don't know what the vehicle code section is now or what it costs. You assign a couple of deputies, 1 or 2, whatever, throughout the day from sunup until like 2 in the morning. Anybody that steps off the curb, any age 10 and above, gets a citation for jaywalking. The reason I know this works is we had a federal grant in San Diego in the dark ages. We had half of downtown people all over were getting killed. So we split it up, half of it, everybody got a warning, a written warning, but no citation. Then for a year on the other one, everybody got a citation. I mean, I've worked that thing a bunch to where my thumb was going to fall off writing all these tickets.
Mr. Russell, thank you for sharing with us. So I've let you go almost twice the time, so we'd love to have you come back if you'd like to share with us some more.
Okay, well, that's actually the end of it, but that's what I would look into.
Very good. Thank you for the suggestions and for your interest.
And if you have any other questions, I'm around.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Russell. Are there any other members of the public that would like to speak to us this afternoon about any item that's not on our agenda? Okay. I'm going to close the public presentation part of the meeting, then return to the Board of Supervisors. Do any members of the board have an announcement or any report they need to give this afternoon? Okay, thank you. Then let's move on to item number 23. It's from the County Administrative Office, and it's a proposed addition of a Director of Information Technology position. Mr. Alsop?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This is a request for approval from your board to establish a new salary range for the Director of Information Technology at a range of $75.5, and the addition of the position to the Information Technology Services Budget Unit 1160. The proposed new classification will provide an appropriate level of management and oversight by the Information Technology Services Division, which will begin reporting directly to my office. The request will also include the transfer of all information technology positions from the Development Services Agency and 3 information technology positions from Employers Training Resource to the Information Technology Services Division. The proposed position changes will increase the efficiency of service delivery by centralizing resources and reducing redundancies in line with our overall launch Kern effort. I would just note that this is not the in any way moving people physically from where they're currently located. This is a reporting assignment and reorganizing budget units. Thank you.
Thank you. So your recommendation to us, I believe, is to approve this change, this addition, and refer to Human Services the appropriate actions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any questions before we go to the public? Do any members of the public wish to make comment to us about the recommended action on item number 23? I don't see anyone, so we'll return to the board. Are there any questions now, or was somebody prepared to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve staff's recommendation.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other comment? Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. That concludes this afternoon's agenda, and we appreciate your being here this afternoon, but we're going to adjourn for now, and we reconvene, I believe, on Monday. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? At 9:45. Thank you very much. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a motion from Supervisor Scrivener. Without objection, so ordered. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon, everyone.